just what led to the rebounding effort today, and when's the last time you saw an effort like that from a player like Egor had today?
Well, Egor is spectacular, and the last game we got out rebounded and didn't do the things that we had talked about, and thought we played hard the last game that we played against Norfolk State, but we didn't play hard on the offensive glass. We weren't making the effort to get there, and it's got to be part of who we are, obviously, and it's hard. But I thought his effort and what he did. We knew that he was a really good defensive rebounder coming here, but the fact that he's done so much on the offensive boards, did a lot today. He did a lot of good things out there, but just proud of our team effort. You guys know how much respect I have for John and his career and what he does and how he does things. And defensively, I thought they had a good game plan coming in. I think they scored on the first 4 baskets where they just really picked us apart. Got us over rotating, and we were able to adjust a little bit, but just a good, hard fought game, and just proud of the effort from everyone that played on our side and went in. I thought really tried to do the right things for us.
Go Grant, Ryan, Mike, Reese, Page.
What makes Egor an effective rebounder? Is it more than just effort? Like, what was it?
Well, I think he's got anticipation skills, obviously, but he's quick, got good hands, and but when he gets to those 50-50 rebounds, it's effort and making it. Coach Belinsky showed after the game the other day. He showed a football clip of a running back that got hit and talked about yardage after contact, and that's what offensive rebounding is. You're going to get hit. Can you go get some yardage afterwards and get yourself in position to either get it, open up a gap for somebody else to get it, tip it back, and but his effort, he's been pretty consistent with that all year. But like I said, our last game out, we didn't, not so much, but just proud of the effort these guys put into it today.
Y'all challenged Felix to go to the practice yesterday. How'd you feel like he responded to that?
I thought he was good. I thought he got back to bringing the physicality that we need. Not necessarily. I thought he set some good screens too, obviously, but away from the ball, what we need done with our transition game and the screening. He was really trying to be physical. I told him when I took him out. I think the last time I took him out, and said, if you want to play more minutes, you're going to have to figure out how to guard the ball screen without fouling and use your quickness, your skill, your physicality. Because I said we need you out there, but I do think he had the right mindset. Now the more he keeps doing it, the better he's going to get with it. But if Felix like we do, he wants to be good. He wants to be challenged. And yesterday, you guys were there, you saw it. I was glad the way he responded.
We've seen Chaz do similar things to what he did today, but for a guy like him coming to this conference, what does it do when your first game looks like it did today?
Well, one, I think it's a compliment to his teammates, and I think he would say the same thing. And the fact that they're looking for each other, nowhere to look for each other. I thought Josiah Mashak, again, still coming off that injury with his hand. I thought a perfect example was when he drove the ball, had a chance to shoot it a couple times, but kept looking for the right guy. He found Chaz a couple times, Z in transition, Jordan, we're looking for that, but where he can get so much better, and I thought we left him stranded today because out there where he was dribbling, that's not all his fault. We just left him out there on an island too much, and but the fact that, again, I said it from day one, he's an incredible human being that wants to be coached, and you guys are here, I'm on him, and going to stay on him, but he's shown nothing but great respect, great humility, and the fact that when you're like that, I think your teammates, they want to see you do well. And there's not one selfish thing about him. And matter of fact, they would tell you, if you're not getting by people, it's because you're turning down shots. They want to shoot it. And he's got a quick trigger, as we know, which, it's quick, but again, he knows that we expect more from him, and I know he wants to do more. And he's learning, again, just like all these new guys defensively. We had a few breakdowns when, not all of them, but some of them are with the new guys. That's where we've got to continue to get better with, Egor. Like we left Boogie flying wide open one time, and we're fortunate he missed a shot. We had a couple of those, but that's where we can get better.
coaching back here, how much of a difference does it make for your offense when Egor is stretching the floor and hitting a couple threes like he did today?
Well, again, I've told him, when he's open, taking good shots, we want him to shoot it. If people look at his numbers and say, I mean, Egor can shoot the ball, there's no doubt. But I've told him, and I make sure our staff has echoed the same thing. He's so much more than the guy that can shoot the ball. I mean, he's rebounding. I don't think anyone would have looked at him prior to this, the way he can impact games without making shots. And I'm a firm believer with guys like that, if they get lost in the game doing the dirty work, the rebounding, the screening, they're the guys who are going to get the great looks at the basket. And he still had a couple times a day where I think maybe played his most minutes today, and I thought he was a little fatigued, but where he can screen more and get away. He's going to open up opportunities for himself that way. But he's competitive, tough, and again, I think his best days are ahead of him.
Calipari said that when teams get ready to play your team, they need to be ready to fight. What is it a testament to that you have a team that plays with so much effort?
I think it goes to our players, and I think the good Lord that we've got a group of guys that are very unselfish, a group of guys that we're extremely transparent with, and I don't think they're afraid to be told the truth. I think they're locked into each other. But I think all the credit goes to, if I could bottle the DNA of Zakai and Jemai, even Egor, all of them. Believe me, it's fun. If you can give that, and that's part of what those guys have done, how they're helping these guys that come in every year, how to do that. And it's, I mean, sometimes I think about Zakai. I don't know why. I actually woke up the other morning and thought about Z being a senior. I'm like, man, it's going to be a different deal without that guy. Everybody looks at his stat sheet, and the thing that doesn't show up on that stat sheet is what he does 94 feet defensively for 30. If it had to be 40, he'd go 40. But it all goes to the players, and good families, and they come in knowing what we expect, and but they expect it from themselves too. It just needs to be re-emphasized daily to them.
Rick, how rare is it for someone like for Lanier to have a release that quick and be that accurate from three? I mean, it just seems like that's one of the quicker releases in the game.
Well, it's one of the quickest I've been around. I'll be honest with you. I mean, he does. I mean, and it's deep. He's quick. It is. I mean, he gets rid of it, and it's hard to guard because obviously you don't want to put a guy like that on the free throw line with three. And but again, it goes back to him doing his work early, getting off screens, getting his hips turned quick, because he's not going to get much separation. So he needs it. He needs to have that, and that's why, again, I watch him do some things, and I know there's just so much more in there that he can get out. And but he's just an incredible kid, and again, he's here because he would tell you he wanted to be part of a team, and I'll never forget, he told me when he made up his mind, when he walked in here, I think at midnight, when he got here that night, the whole team was waiting on him. And I think that goes back to the other question. We've got a group of guys that really care about themselves, this university, and this basketball program.
Last ones will be the hands I've seen up, so we'll go Rob, David, Ben, Ryan, Reese, and that's it.
Coach, you feel like that's a pretty good advertisement for what your team's about. You win a game by 25, and you don't shoot 40% from the field. Kind of good with defensively done.
Well, again, defense, and some of that's because we've had teams in the past that couldn't shoot 40% on them when they were open, and so it was built on we're gonna guard people and find a way to get enough points to win the game, and but it's just again I just give a lot of credit to Shaq and Z for being here. Jordan certainly has improved to where he's at that level, and then we think that Felix is a rim protector. Egor, his pursuit, and we think D. Stone can become one of those kind of guys too. We really do. But Bishop has got that toughness about him. Just need to get him into games some more in situations, and I probably should have got him out there more today. He went in, and we talked about turnovers. I'm not sure that turnover was really his fault, but he was trying to do the right thing. And if anybody, that would have been my turnover because I wanted to get the ball into Felix. But we've got to, and we can, believe me, we can still get better. I don't think we're at quite the level we were a year ago defensively right now. because we had some older guys that were in here with us, but we've got older guys now that we've got to get them up to that before we're done at the end of the year.
Rick, I know when you're walking through the line at the very end shaking hands, it's a quick thing, but did you have a chance to say anything to Jonas, and what was just your reaction to the crowd? Because obviously every time he touched it, he knew it.
Well, I love Jonas, and when I shook his hand, I hugged him, I said, Jonas, I love you, and I do love him, because he, you know, he found a situation that was really hard for him to turn down, and he did it, which I had no problem with it, but I think it was hard. I mean, because he did a lot for us while he was here, but I wish him nothing but the best. I'd say the same thing about Cam Carter. You know, it's like Jemiah Mashak said it best. He said, all we can do is pray for him and wish him the best, but we've got to take care of our business here and keep moving, and that's what we've done.
Rick did want to ask you about Cade after he banged up his shoulder, didn't play much. Is there anything there?
Yeah, he was available when we needed. He needed just the situation that called for it.
Ryan and then Reese.
Talked yesterday about the challenge of SEC play for Chaz and Egor. I know it's just one game, but how encouraging was it to see them perform the way they did?
Again, we talk about it, and now, again, there's guys that, it's just we have such a high expectation for both of those guys because they're older, been around, and are really, really, really terrific basketball players that you're always pushing to get more and more, and what I'm thankful for is they're able to take that. They're able to take it. They know that what we did today looked good today, but we got to be better tomorrow. And so that's our approach to it. And they know it. They know we'll go in that film room tomorrow and scrub this out real quick before we get on to the next one. But they know they're going to be shown more things they can probably improve on, more so the things they did well. And that's what. And those guys are a group of guys that take that approach. That's why they're fun to coach.
Coach in the back here, you've been working with Chaz a lot on coming off the screens and getting better at that. How has he improved, and what areas can he improve on to be better at that moving forward?
Well, again, setting up his cuts, not fighting it, you know, back cutting, moving, going from one area of the floor to the next if need be, and he's going downhill, but he's going to have to realize he's going to have to finish it all the way to the rim. If you go back and watch the play that Jordan Gainey made, that layup he made was a big time layup. He got quicker the closer he got to the rim. Chaz and Egor both have a tendency to slow down right at the rim, but that's where you've got to finish it. And that's an area that he can get better with. And the fact that he's making the effort to do it, I do think he's got to get a little more lean, a little more physicality when he gets down in there with his shoulders. But he, again, he wants to get better, but his movement without the ball has improved. And but he'll have to continue to improve because it's only going to get ratcheted up because I can assure you every team in this league where they are today is going to get better tomorrow. I mean, I've said forever, John Calipari does as good as anyone of his team improving from the beginning of the year to the end. And we've got to want people to say that about us.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you, guys.